Well, I am shaved and hair is did. So, when do we start?
Right now.
Like, we already started?
Dude, this is the show, man.
Airsoft GI would like to thank our sponsors.
Hi GI TV, Bobby Axeman Hildebrand here for another episode of GI's Top 5. Now for this week in our honorable mention category goes out to Alex Viana of Commandos TV. The patch on the video reads Attack Blindado or Blindado. Please forgive me if I completely mangled that. What's really cool about this video is that they've got a truck they use for Airsoft. Now, while that's not new to the Airsoft community, what I really like about it is the different mods they have on this truck that make it effective or more effective for the Airsoft battlefield. You know, they've got the standard thing like a troop compartment. They've got, you know, a cupola on top, basically a turret, where they can mount, you know, an Airsoft gun. But what I really like about this is, and what really brings to mind a lot of zombie movies I've seen, is the fact that they have covers on all the different windows, you know, the front windshield, the two side windows. That's really cool, but in addition to that, on the side windows, they've cut out firing slots, which is really cool. It allows the people in the inside compartment and the front compartment, where the driver and the passenger are, to fire out. But in the troop compartment, on either side of the vehicle and the back, they have firing slots all alongside the vehicle, making this very effective for Airsoft combat. I think it's really badass. I wish we had a vehicle just like this in our area in SoCal to use, but I'm really jealous of the folks that get to play with these guys. So that's why you made it to our honorable mention on this week's episode of GI's Top 5. Okay, so continuing in that same vein of badass vehicles, on our fifth slot of this week GI's Top 5, it's going to go out to Chris Martin of Bravo 6 Airsoft Team. Now in this video he put forward to us, what really caught our eye is the fact that they use helicopters. I mean, this has happened before, but I believe they're using 2 helicopters in this game to drop off troops. It looks really badass on camera, but what's also very interesting about this is later on in the video, you see a plane do just a really low flyby of the field, and we found out later after watching the video a couple times, the plane was there for bombing runs. Awesome! Man, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. That is so cool. I'm so jealous, and that's why you made it to the 5th slot on GI's Top 5. Alright, so our 4th slot this week on GI's Top 5 goes out to Warren Wiggins of Valhalla ODA. Now, this video was filmed at a recent operation put out by American Milsim, and we picked it for us because, well, the AO looked really cool, so props to American Milsim for that. It was a good mix of both indoor and outdoor airsoft. You know, there's a lot of cool piping, there's also a lot of cool outdoor field play. But also, everyone in the video seems to look pretty legit with great kits. Everything just looks badass right out of a movie or a video game, and that's why I made it to our number 4 slot on this GI's Top 5. Okay, so our number 3 slot on this week's GI's Top 5 goes out to Alex Stoops at The Stoops Man. Very understandable name. Now, what's really cool about this is not so much, you know, just the player's perspective from this video, but also the enemy player this guy gets out. He's at SC Viper at SC Village, and apparently the Stoops Man makes use of a dummy on the field to try and surrender an enemy player. But what's really interesting about this is that he puts the dummy around the corner, and, you know, while some players may consider this cheesy, I really can't judge them at all because, you know, with the approval of, you know, field refs, I'll bring a stool to indoor airsoft just so I can go over the enemy barriers. So I can't judge.
That's not. Nope.
Bang!
That is not a parlay.
The other player around the corner is a bit surprised by someone coming around so close, and he bangs that dummy. Now, he doesn't know that dummy is not a real person, but because it's such a close engagement, he gives the other person the benefit down and bangs him, which is a very honorable thing to do at that field. That's what the field rules require, so it's good that he did that. He even tries to bang him again before he realizes it's not a real person. Now the player holding the dummy goes around the corner, gets a bang kill. Very creative use of on-field, I guess, objectives and scenery. So that's why I made it to the 3rd slot on this GI's Top 5. Okay, so for our number 2 slot on this GI's Top 5, it's actually a video that I personally found incredibly entertaining, as did Ross, as did a lot of other marketing department fellows around here. This video sent in by Roy of SIG Airsoft. That's SYG Airsoft. What's really entertaining about this video is that it's entirely grenade launcher kills. That's why I found it particularly entertaining. In fact, there's a couple different instances where this player Roy had the opportunity to get a kill with his AEG or his gas blowback or whatever else he had, and he opts to use the grenade launcher instead. That was really entertaining, and probably by far the most entertaining moment of the video is right at the end when he has a grenade launcher kill. He has a guy dead to rights. The guy turns around, goes for a sidearm, and then realizes that's a mistake and walks off the field.
You know what's up.
So that was really entertaining, just an excellent use of a grenade launcher in this film, and that's why you got our number 2 slot on GI's Top 5. Alright, so our number 1 slot on this GI's Top 5 is going to go out to Jet from Desert Fox and Giant Airsoft. Jet is a good friend of all of us at GI, and that's not why he made it onto the number 1 slot. I just figured I'd declare that ahead of time. He actually made it on because this video is really entertaining. Jet was out playing Airsoft at SC Viper at SC Village, sneaks in the middle of the field, ends up getting a bunch of kills.
Back for you, Jet.
Part of the way through this, he ends up taking a hostage. Now, special shout out to Caleb for being the first hostage, and a very polite one at that. And throughout this gameplay, Jet actually conducts an interview with this hostage, which is kind of entertaining under the circumstances.
You're my hostage now. You're my hostage.
Okay.
What's your name, hostage?
Caleb.
Caleb? Nice to meet you, Caleb. Having a good day today, Caleb?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm having a great day. Thank you for asking. Is this your first time being a hostage?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. All right. I have a survey for you after the hostage situation is over that you could fill out. So that way we may provide you with a better hostage situation next time you're here at the lovely SC Village, SC Viper.
No.
So where are you from, Caleb?
Orange.
Orange? Awesome.
Where are you from?
I'm from...
Classified information.
He ends up taking more hostages. I believe he ends up taking a total of 3 hostages throughout this game.
You're now my second hostage. I'm gonna shoot this guy. I'll take hostage. Oh, okay, you died, Caleb. I'm sorry. Thanks for playing the game. Go ahead and stand up, please. Second hostage. Thank you very much. Bang, bang. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Oh, okay. New hostage time. New hostage. Damn it! Stop stealing my hostages. Just pile up your bodies right here.
And it ends up getting so bad for the opposing team. You know, they kept sending people at this little hut, but they ended up just having a lot of grenades in them just to get them off the field. And in fact, part of the way through it, they say, "We're coming back for you, Jet." And Jet takes more hostages. So overall, it was a really fun video. And I'm really happy Jet has such a fun time playing Airsoft, because his fun is why it made it to the number 1 slot on this GI's Top 5. Alright, well that's going to do it for this week's GI's Top 5. We really appreciate all the different submissions in. This week's were particularly funny and entertaining, but we honestly, it's the best part of our week to go through these, and we really appreciate you guys sending them in. So make sure to send them in with your name, YouTube channel, and any other identifiable information to rossc@airsoftgi.com. We really appreciate you sending this stuff in, and again, it's the best part of our week. I'm Bob the Axeman Hildebrand, and this is GI TV.
Airsoft GI would like to thank our sponsors.